He needs to know that there are people scouting for him after taking that elimination and being so close to the zone. Falmer pushes up and above. No, he drops down, struggling to get up. And Demetrius, 7 eliminations, makes the rotation. No damage, gets the high ground. Beautiful rotation from Demetrius. That was so just elegantly done.
Just
overall
crispy. You see him, he takes the engagements, he fights Fulmer.
Wow.
Then he's got the grappler, just disengages. Not only does he disengage, he gets on top of another player's build, utilize their build, and now he's safe.
Yeah.
And with 6 elimination, Myth, he is 1 away. And at 8, he will be the first person all day to get the big bonus. But look at Mason over there on the left side of your screen. He's dropped super, super low. And now look, Demetrius is like, I'm just going to drop down.
I think at this moment in time, I think, you know, Demetrius got to be asking himself, yo, what's the right call? What's the right call? What do I do? When should I do it? And I think he's going to, it seems like he's going to stay there and try to get these rotating eliminations. And I don't think that's a bad idea at all. He has the launch pad. He knows that the amount of players in this game right now, 44 alive still coming to this game. He's going to have that rotation in with his launch pad, with his grappler. So just try to get some of these eliminations, some of these picks as players that have to forcibly move into the zone is smart play by him, and I think he's playing it out really well. And he could get the 7th elimination by just being completely safe.
I mean, look at the mats, look at the ammo counts. He's poised here, Myth. And I think you pointed out right. He just has to take it slow. A lot of players might be like, oh man, I have to get that 7. I'm 1 away from big bonus.
Yeah.
Just take a deep breath, assess the situation, just play to your strengths, right? So Demetrius just maintaining high ground. He's like, yeah, everyone move. Waste your mats. I've got plenty of ammo. Now, and he's just gathering information, right? He's like, okay, now I know I've got a player here. He knows what the players over on his left in those builds as well. He's playing it right, and then he's got the little floor back there when he's like ready to disengage with the launch pad.
Just looking for any opportunity.
Zook taking
it. Getting a little skirmish.
Goes down.
Shotgun. Yep.
Esox though, man, he's got 4 eliminations, 1 away from that next threshold. Oh my gosh, we're at 33 players. Storm is moving right now, and look how many are inside the safe zone.
Oh, unfortunately, Sir Demetrius goes down.
Super
that
close.
Is unfortunate. So now Esox being our new leader in eliminations, having a fairly decent amount of materials in. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays it. And I mean, coming up next, we have Vivid with 3 eliminations as well. So he's right behind Esox. Both of these players racing toward the 7 elimination mark and past that.
And now Poach finds himself another elimination. So it's Esox, Vivid, and Poach is your current top 3 in eliminations.
Getting shot from the other side while he's focusing on another opponent. He's going to need to find a way to navigate here. The circle is moving in 13 seconds, and Nice taking out Nate Hill during all that craziness. So we do know that Nice is a person with that rocket launcher that we're hearing in the background. Poach taking out Hysteria.
That's 4.
Esox just preparing for the rotation, making sure he gets it in. That is what is on everyone's mind right now. Is just let me make this rotation. And you see as they all prep to go through it. Vivid pulling out his grappler, making sure he gets there in a very meaningful time. Doing it. There he is. He's on the other side. He's got a lot of eyes on him, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, he used the grappler there to make that clean rotation, but like you're saying, he just attracted so much attention.
That is true.
Look at Exus, Coop Train up top, Aspect closest to us. Liquid Poach down below, trying to keep that true low ground.
And it looks like Exus is going to end up getting the high ground here from what it looked like. Coop Train trying to find people within their tunnels. But he's not going to find any picks here. And it seems to be so fast how we go from 40 players to 15, and that's where we see a lot of these eliminations happen. Think about it. That's a big majority of the lobby just gone.
That's right.
Just out of the game, and it all happened within 2-3 circles. And Poach picking up another elimination.
That's
5. Vivid and Poach.
Taking a look at the scoreboard, Myth, we've got 2 contenders, Poach and the likes of Vivid. They both have 5 eliminations. They are very close to getting that big bonus. Again, ladies and gentlemen, 8 points is when you get the big bonus. Any eliminations after 7. And Vivid's got this nice position, though, hanging out on the left half of the circle.
Yes.
Look at the mats as well, man.
Oh yeah, he's stacked right now. He knows what he's got to do. He's just making sure that he does it. Not trying to take any damage. Poach with 6 eliminations.
And he picks up the quad.
Oh,
no rockets though.
You hate to see it.
Maybe he's hoping if he can find one player that he can eliminate, find the rockets, this could be huge.
Yeah, I mean, he had an AR in that slaughter or something, so
it was a great AR.
It's definitely, just worth to get something different in there. Even though, he has an RPG, but we do know that and the quad launcher do function extremely different. Here you go, he's gonna go ahead and spray down an opponent that seems to be healing, gets the elimination. Poach with 7 eliminations.
We could actually see it. He needs one more elimination. The big bonus is any elimination after this.
He wants it!
Poach. Okay, it's okay. You can tell he's just resetting. He's taking a deep breath. He's got the loot. Oh, he's punished for that.
Tries using the rocket launcher there to get his...
Wait, was that? It was! That's the first big bonus! The first big bonus. Now keep in mind, again, ladies and gentlemen, any elimination after this is just a constant 1 free point and 7,000 point, or wait, $7,500.
$7,500, yep.
Here we go.
Here we go. He's gonna go for the people above him. Vivid's close. He's aware of that though. Vivid dropping down next to him. He sees an opponent that just killed Vivid. He's gonna go for the... He gets the kill. That's 2 additional points.
That's 2 big bonuses.
Oh my God.
Myth, are we gonna see?
He could get 3. He could do
what
we've been talking about.
It's Aspect. I mean, Poach is he's poised here, man. He's in a great position.
Oh.
Only 15
Brings
HP.
him down.
Where is
Doing
he?
his best.
He's all right.
Oh! And it's a shotgun fight.
It was so close. It came down to the wire, but Send Aspect takes down Poach.
Yes.
Now this is good and this is bad for a few different reasons. Obviously, Poach hit big bonus twice. So all in all, he places second. He gets the 2 points from that.
Yeah.
Meets the 7 elimination threshold bonus, 3 points from that, and then the 2 big bonus points. He's hitting the board here in game number 1 with 7 points and 2 big. That's what, $15,000 after just game 1. Poach just said, "I haven't even placed yet, guys." How's it going on, Poach? Great to see you, man.
First
the position coming out from him, just the rotations he made. Wow. Let's take a look at that final moment.
Can you imagine game number 1, $15,000 in your pocket?
Ooh, I mean, if I'm Poach, man, I'm feeling really good.
Oh yeah.
Look at Aspect though, the very quick swap there to the wall. He blocks the rocket incoming. And unfortunately, so in that situation, Poach tried to trade with Aspect with the heavy shotgun. Aspect just got a better angle, so that's why we saw Poach drop to 15. And then Aspect closed it up. So all in all, Aspect, because he had 3 eliminations, he's going to get 1 point and then 3 from the victory royale, so 4. But again, Poach, 7 points, 15K after game 1. We didn't see any big bonuses at all in EU. And here in game 1, NA says, did you want to see these? Let's do it. It's time.
Yeah, I think I think that plays to the strengths of what we see in like NA gameplay, where people, I mean, they all had match late, basically. They weren't, none of them were like starving, running around with 10, 20 mats at the end there. They all know how to play toward late game really well and conserve and not take engagements that they don't need. And then they play for those picks during those late game rotations, during those circles that are moving, because that's where your opportunity to get into an elimination, pardon me, rises tremendously. Because if you start shooting at somebody else might start shooting at somebody. And in that close vicinity, you could easily get a spray down on somebody, and it turns into this situation that I think is very, very healthy and promotes like these kills. But in EU, we didn't see these 50 people being in these late game circles, right?
Right.
These 40 people being in these late game circles. So people try to get these late game eliminations, but they're not there in the first place. So...
yeah, I mean, it was definitely a different pacing entirely. And like you talked about, the lobby went from like 40 people down to 15, which then dwindled out to 7, basically on a flip of a coin there. So Poach, though, he makes the best of that situation. Let's take a look at some of the highlights coming out of here from game number 1. I mean, if this is what we have to expect, man, going forward, I'm game.
I'm juiced. I'm ready.
Just to be able to see the big bonus happen here in game number 1. I mean,
Yeah.
we kept coming so close in the EU games, and I mean, Poach honestly made it look so easy.
Oh yeah.
And it's just that game sense, man.
Yeah, and when you look at Poach's like loadout and what he had to work with, I mean, he was in shambles for a minute. You know what I mean? He didn't have 7, 1,000 max mats. He didn't have 2,000 mats going into it. He just had like 200 mats going through the entirety of that late game, right during those last few circles, and showed up big with it. Didn't play for the high ground.
This is a test donation for $1.
And just lasered the people coming toward him.
Poach lining it up. For you guys at home, how did you enjoy the first game? Hit us with that hashtag ball skirmish. Poach being the first player of the day so far to get big bonuses. Coming out at 2, so again, that's going to be 15K hitting his way, an additional 2 points.
This is a test donation for $1.
More games to play, but with that being said, we're going to take a short break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Words are hard. Stay tuned.
This is a test donation for $1.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Week number 4 coming into the fall skirmish. I'm Zeke. This is Myth. And now we have returned after our short little break there. We are gearing up for the next game, game number 2. Now, if you guys missed it, Poach just got a big bonus here in game number 1 of NA. Drops 9 eliminations. Second place, coming out strong. Strong start to the day.
Definitely. I mean,
that's pretty much it.
That's straight up.
I don't even know what else to say. He just made it look so. That's it.
Yeah.
If you missed it, I'm sorry. He just, you know.
He just played it out. He played. He took a situation where he wasn't necessarily the favorable winner and just turned it around on its head, which I like to see. I like to see things like that happen, and we've seen it happen in EU with our boy that was on Dusty Dogs. You know, early in the game, he like turned it around. He barely had any mats. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then. Yeah, and I just love seeing like sort of these underdog stories that could create and develop by people playing out the situation differently, you know. And that was awesome to see from Poach, especially because he got the big bonus
twice. My goodness, that's 15K in his pocket just in game 1. To start the day, he said, "Hi everybody, I'm Poach. I'm a threat. Don't forget it." And then we saw 5 more games to play. So if Poach just keeps being consistent, does this again, we can see more big bonuses.
Listen, man, Poach does it again.
High five
to
at
stop
TwitchCon.
him. High five at TwitchCon, yeah.
High fives at TwitchCon. Like as many high fives as you want.
Firm handshakes and high fives.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
That's ridiculous.
If you guys are tuning in for the first time, you're like, Zeke, what's going on? What's the format? I just got here. I'm sorry I'm late. Don't worry about it. We got your back. I got you covered. Let's talk about the format. It's a slight modification off of last week. So we're going to play 6 solo matches. Victory L's worth 3 points. Second and third place are worth 2, and fourth through 10th are worth 1 point.
And then we also have the point-based eliminations, where if you get 7+ eliminations, you'll get 3 points. 5 to 6 eliminations will get you 2 points, and 3 to 4 eliminations will get you 1 point. But there's also the big bonus award, Zeke, and that is where, like we seen in the last game with Poach, you get any eliminations after 7 eliminations. Each of those eliminations will be worth 1 point and $7,500.
That's right. So before placing, even in just the top 20, before placing the money, Poach has already put money in his own pocket. Just think about that. So he's basically already in 7th place in just game 1.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, he's probably in 1st place due to standings. We'll have to
definitely
keep you up to date on those coming in later. But let's actually take a look at those big bonus moments. We have some of those clips lined up, so in case you did miss it, we can take a look and see how things unfolded for him. Again, Myth touched on it. He just turned this situation that...
Yeah, like right here, he's at 6 eliminations. Like, what, 200 mats total?
Yep.
200+ mats total. Gets an elimination. Goes on forward. 43 HP in the situation, but turns it around, bops him, gets the 8th elimination. That's his first big bonus. And then 29 mats! Gets the 9th.
It was close. It was close.
Yeah.
He tried to trade again, tried to trade with Sen. Didn't quite work. So he placed 2nd after that, but all in all, I mean, that was still 7 points to hit the board. Only in game number 1, he still has 5 games to play.
During the EU cast, what were how many points was first? Was it like
8 points
8
coming
points?
in from Boyer.
Yeah.
That's how close it is. So
Poach is just going to come out and just be like, eh.
You guys got 8 points. I'm going to get 7 in game number 1.
Yeah, like, that's scary. That is scary.
That is set the
Could you
tone.
imagine being an NA player watching the EU games and being like, oh, 8 kills, okay, it's gonna, oh my God, Poach has got 7. What?
They're all like, man, this looks really difficult. If they couldn't do it, we couldn't do it. And Poach is like, guys, step aside. Okay, how many? You wanted 2 more. I got you. Everyone, you guys watching, big bonus, ×2. There it is. So again, this is a game changer.
Yeah.
He walks away with 15K in his pocket. The extra 2 points from each of those eliminations. This could happen for anyone playing the game. Anyone can drop these massive elimination bombs. And again, it's basically any point after 7. These are going to be. This is going to change everything. I think we're going to definitely see a shift in pace coming out of these next games because everyone's going to be like, man, Poach is a threat. Not only if you see him in the kill feed. Let's say they're like, hey, I hear shots. I see Poach in the elimination feed. He's close. What do you think? Do you think it's best to try and shut him down? If I'm playing, I'm like, look, Poach is over there. Poach, I'll see you late game.
Yeah, so it would all depend on placing. I mean, targeting out a single person, of course, it could be beneficial. I mean, if the placing, promotes that type of play. But I mean, if you're just a random person without any points and poaches a couple, like blocks down, and you think, oh, let me focus him just so he can't get points, you might put yourself in a worse situation than you may already be in, because you want to go and take this aggressive play toward poach that isn't justified for any other reason other than I want to kill poach. I want to stop him from getting points. So, and that's a very, selfish, like, not the best play.
Well, that's the thing, too, is Poach he's a consistent player. He's a calm, under-pressure type player. So, especially in these situations, I'm sure he knows I've got a target on my head. But that doesn't mean he's going to stop or slow down. He's just going to keep doing his thing. Just do the same thing he did. Land the same spot, get the same mats, take engagements where you need to. I think it's going to be pretty good. Again, we've got 5 games left to play. You would think, like, after that game, it's like, oh, that's game number 5. 1 game left to play. Nope, that is game number 1. We've set the precedent. Now let's take a look at some of the highlights coming out from game 1. Again, if you're just tuning in, you missed it. These are some of the awesome moments.
There's the play from Morify.
Making that spicy elimination.
Made it look easy there, man.
Man, all you competitive players make it look easy. Let's be honest. I watch you play sometimes, and I think I can do that, and then it really doesn't go according to plan at all. But again, look at Poach. He's 6 eliminations at this point, finds 1, gets pinched here, finds the additional. There it is. Big bonus is active. God. My goodness. Fuzzy down below here. Boop. Down. Man, and then Aspect said, Poach, listen, you're too strong, okay?
Stop it.
I'm going to put on my knight armor, and I will duel you. And he won this time. It's not over for you, Poach. I have full faith in you. But for you guys at home, what do you think? Coming out of that first game, Poach, yay or nay? Hashtag fall skirmish, let us know. The answer is, I'm going to answer for you. It's yay. It's a big yay in all caps, because wow.
All caps, yay.
All caps, yay. Obviously, as well, don't forget to rep your favorite club and talk about Myth. Let's talk about how he's helped you level up your gameplay. You're crazy. We're hopping into, yeah, of course, man. We're hopping into game here shortly. So what do you think? If you had to see something done differently, do you think there should be? I mean, for me, man, I love that. Just do it all again. Let's just run that exact same thing back.
I think that's what we're gonna see for most of the day. To be honest, I think that's very I think that's NA gameplay right there. Like that's what we just seen. We just seen textbook NA gameplay. There wasn't like high ground to be contested. I think that might be the one thing that changes it up. But we always see these players by like the masses get into late game. 50 players, 60 players in these late game circles, and then they slowly but surely get eliminated as the game goes onward. And I think that's what we'll see more and more of. And I just want some more big bonuses. I don't care how many people are in those last circles. I just want give me 10 kills. Let's go. We're beating it.
Poach is at 9. I believe the current solo skirmish highest elimination count is 10, I believe. It's either 9 or 10. So either Poach just tied or he's on the cusp of breaking that. So we might see someone drop the most eliminations in the competitive scene so far, potentially. I mean, you're not playing right now, so obviously, if it was you playing, it happened within the first game.
Agreed.
Obviously. That's why we had to pull him. We're like,
entirely.
We need you here. We need you to provide insight. But yeah, man, it's been super fun talking about rotations and all that. And there's something that we kind of touched on in EU that we could probably expand upon more, is like loadouts and what that means going into games. Certain loadouts kind of
we didn't focus on it much that game. I feel like that game progressed so quickly.
It was so fast, man.
I was just like, I don't know what it was, but I was just so hyper-focused on what was happening with these rotations, because there were so many great opportunities toward, from that mid-game into the late game. We've seen Sir Demetrius with his phenomenal kill and rotation, and we'll see if they can pull off the same type of phenomenal rotational play in match 2.
Here we go, Myth. The battle bus is launching. Looks like we're getting a bus down just below that middle line coming in from east, going west. And this is kind of, I like these buses because it kind of lends itself to opening more of the map, you know?
Wailing Woods is definitely an
Get those arrows.
Yeah, it's an area of interest at Northeast Side simply because they are going to be, it's a stretch drop, and on top of it being a stretch drop where people could kind of, you know, figure out where people are going a little bit, it is also at the start of the match. So some people like to, you know, just get right off the bus and go toward the stretch if that's a thing, or if they can, and we'll see where else other people go. But it looks like it will be a very, very similar setup for Wailing, and I really like to put a focus on where and how people play around that vortex or the floating island.
Yep.
Because it's a big part of the game now, and it's definitely takes it plays a big part in people and how they're playing the game. And here we go. We have Sketch starting off. And oh, there it is. Beautiful.
Look at
and
it.
Putrid Orange just like, you know, I'm just going to drop on it and get all this free loot to myself. That's a smart way to roll it, to play it out. And there's another player on top of it.
And then when he's ready to go, he fails.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if we seen him like go for some early aggression or something with that type of HP bank already, just being 200 out of 200 already.
Well, especially because certain players, because it's still so early, they may just only have a handful of weapons, some ammo, even a small pool of mats. So you're right, man. He could totally aggress on someone now. His mat pool isn't that much better, but when you have full shields and you have a half shield, I mean, you're ready to go.
Smart play, though, for him to just go into the house, loot it out. He knew nobody dropped in it. It's basically free loot, free mats to give him the edge on his opponents if he does get into a fight with anybody here early game. Replays already. Mason D-tilted towers.
He
sweeps up a clean elimination against Jared FPS, and here he is now after that elimination, staying on top of that tower there, just trying to hold it down. Knows that there's somebody behind him. Underneath him is B-Sox. B-Sox making his way up. Mason, I don't know if he expects it or not. He sees him. He's going to maintain the high ground. B-Sox trying to get his way out of that little cubby that he's made for himself and just remains indoors. It's safe indoors.
It's safe indoors.
Just kidding. Mason D coming through a window. Hello. Gets double tack shotted, though, and that's going to hurt for Mason, and B-Sox knows that it hurts. And he's trying to make his way down slowly but surely. Doesn't want to take any damage, of course. But he's going to try to figure out a way to navigate this space and see if he could get this elimination.
Mason bailed all the way down to the first floor. He was like, he's
completely out.
My bad. I'm punished for it. I got it. My bad, B-Sox. My bad. Let's take a look at this new safe zone. You know, these are always, I would consider like safe zones, you know? Like it's like still, everyone can kind of cleanly make rotations. You know, it's not too far. I mean, opposite of Junk Junction, of course. Well, yeah, that's the farthest. But
yeah, and even with Junk Junction, that's not too bad to make. That's not too bad of a rotation to make. Like you said, it is sort of that safe space with team zones. And here we go, Joseph, picking up a third elimination here. Hopefully, that is not the place you want to heal, buddy.
Sidearms taken down, and look at that, a Porta Fortress. This would be the third one we've seen.
B-Sox loadout is scary for so many reasons right now. He has so much pressure that he could apply at any moment. Rocket launcher, minigun, AR, like the list really goes on. And then, you know, if he's taking pressure, no, Porta Fortress, it's not, I don't feel like getting shot today.
I now own this entire area.
Yeah.
Good luck. Look at Toasty, though. Super low in the house. Does he have anything else? He's on Coops right here. Dude, I don't think Toasty has anything. He's just got the pickaxe out. Toasty. Top Gun Smurf, though, is in the other house.
Man, oh, man.
Okay, so Toasty does have things. He's just sitting with the pickaxe out. It was an intimidation factor.
Well,
this is not a great spot to be in. It's 14 HP. But Coop Train is here as well. And then we saw Top Gun Smurf a house or two over. Oh, well. Coop Train just made some noise, so now they know.
He's shooting at my grandma's book drawer, dog.
So
it's messed up.
She's making cookies. But now, again, man, Storm's going to start to move, right? We got 3 minutes before it overtakes up to the current safe zone. So they've got some time. You're even going to start to see people rotate out of Wailing Woods. Again, like you talked about earlier, using that floating island to get rotations. But over at Tilted is Amaze, who finds an elimination on Destroy.
Utilizing the strength of that double barrel, man.
Ooh.
It's dangerous. Sir Demetrius rotating out
He's
Salty.
like, bye.
Yep.
Painful didn't even try. They're just like, yep, nope.
Seems like he's trying to chase him or something. He kind of wants this fight, it seems. But Sir Demetrius is like, I'm going to give it to you. They're in it now. Painful from above. It gets the wall to edit. And Painful completely avoids the trap. Beautifully done.
Oh, wow.
Net J, though, wants some. And I truthfully think Painful is in a really good situation to turn this on its head. He has the grappler. He's maintained the high ground here. Net J doesn't go for the grappler. Gets hit, though. He's at an HP disadvantage. He goes for the dishing engage. Big shots coming from Painful. Builds up, tries to get the high ground over him. They're going to swap the, oh my God, the roof fake. He said, no, you're not going to build over me. I'm going to place a roof. You're going to go through it because I edit it and destroy it, and then I'm going to get the elimination.
My goodness. Painful.
Okay.
Oh, that scared me.
Never mind. Well,
I was like, what? That was crazy.
Damage, not.
Psych. That was really impressive, though, coming out from Painful, dude. That was outplay, and he did it without getting a scratch on him. He walks away full shield, full health.
I was proud of my boy. I believed in his ability right there, and he showed up. But looks like Anthony is going to just dip out of here. Doesn't want any of this with B-Sox. Already invested a bit into it. Now he's in this open field where there's some mats. He could get back up on that wood. His loadout is looking tragic. And we have Tfue in the little, skirmish with Sesfi. And it does seem like there's another player, Nibs, that has the total high ground. The nade going to make it through. That's going to be big for Tfue, giving him his first elimination of the game. But you got to be careful for your man up top. And here we have a replay at Junction. Munch Guy gonna take out Vivid.
Wow. Shuts down Vivid before the game even gets going.
Brush avoiding anything he can here. He's not trying to get shot, not trying to take damage. B-Sox was playing some aggression. There's like 4 people in that little area. It's quite interesting. People gliding from above, as you see. And here we go. There's the engagement between Tfue and Nibs. And Tfue, even though he doesn't have the most, he didn't have the highest amount of HP in that situation, he plays with such confidence and is able to just bring down Nibs to just the right amount of HP for the Storm to kill him, actually. And for him not to get the elimination. Unfortunate.
Oh, you hate to see it, but let that be a lesson, Tfue. Next time, don't play with the food, just take him down. But with that, man, we're back over to C9 Top Boy, I don't know what I'm saying, versus Painful. We just saw him outplay 2 players. Now, listen to all the things happening. Cloak also wants an action
on this one. Somebody gliding from up above. Will they land on the build? No, they're just going to take their time.
They're bailing.
Go past. Yeah, they don't want any of that. They said, hey, the circle's over there, buddies. I don't know what you're doing.
We'll see you guys in a little
Wrong
bit.
way.
I'm going to gatekeep you now.
It's going to be back and forth with these 2 guys. Cloaksy's back. There's somebody in the woods that is lurking. Taking some shots. Oh, Painful! Big shot on the Top Boy. Will he play the aggression? Yes, he will, and he'll secure the 3rd elimination for him, giving him that 1 point. Gonna mini up. We see Zoof, J Cuddy chilling in the background, making their way across the map.
I mean, Painful sells 9 grapplers as well. He can just leave at any moment. There you go. And we start the move.
Oh, there's the B-hop. Love to see it.
Okay, okay. There's someone just ahead of him. I don't know. Chopping down right there on his left.
Here's the circle. Here's where people got to move. So this is a fun circle with a couple of different outcomes, simply because of the amount of mountains that are in it and the elevation that these mountains are. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 mountains that are really, really good high ground opportunities. And you can't go wrong with either of them, to be honest. Because if the circle lands on you, guess what? You're going to be in a better position than anybody else on the map if you do get it. But, oh, Wiz, putting that burst to work. Says he doesn't even need a shotgun.
He's just dropping down below. Look at that, applying the pressure. Just keeping him from popping another mini.
Smart. He knows how to place pressure. He knows when to play it. That's how you get eliminations. By not letting your opponent have a chance.
Ooh, I like that. Dropping down below, breaking the ramp.
There they go.
He gets another tag.
Yep. It's just one shot. That's all he needs. And here's the thing, though. The Storm is quickly lurking from around the corner, so it needs to happen now or never. And Kwiz picks it up.
Does he take the rocket launcher? There you go. Nope. He opts to leave it behind. That's fair.
Right. As players make this rotation, we're going to take a look at the amount of eliminations that people have. Right now, we have 2 players with 3 eliminations that are alive. We have Joseph is Cute and J Storm. So both very healthy when it comes to the health side of things. Don't know exactly what their mat situation is like. Don't know exactly what their loadout situation is like. But it's important to know that these players are who we need to keep our eye on. And here we have Joseph. Chug Jug. 10
He's
minis.
ready to go.
Yeah. I mean, Mats. He's in circle. Not in an awful position, but if the stone goes the wrong way, it might cause some difficulty. But here we go. Brandon. Oh, so here's grappler engage, grappler disengage. Okay.
And then he just said, you know what? I'm not going to play this game with you.
But Brandon!
Kiwis.
Yep,
there he is. And over time, Landjock's structure comes down, but he's going to be all right. Able to top off. He's got that chug jug.
For sure. And that is unfortunate that he got pinched from that side and didn't have enough time to place down a wall, of course. But now all these players are in the circle. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with their time while they're situated. And I mean, look at the player count. 52 players are going to be coming into this next circle. And we have 1 minute and 40 seconds till it happens.
Talking about, man, 52 players left alive. We see where the new safe zone is. It's actually very close to here to Kiwis, just down south, not too far. It's moved away from Tilted. There's still a lot of players that are pretty evenly spaced within Tilted, even near Shifty Shafts. They kind of have to rotate over from the west. I mean, and you kind of touched on it, man. It's 52 players left in the lobby. As the circle starts to push everyone together, you're going to have more congested zones, harder to get in and make clean rotations because there's just going to be people posted everywhere.
No doubt, and especially with this zone position, you have three of those hills that we were talking about that were such big points of interest. You have Castle Rock, you have the big hill just west of Divot, you have the hill that's west of that hill on Divot, and you have that long arcing one near the river. People that are playing the west side of the map, the only thing that's on their mind right now is, how do I get across this river without getting shot? There are going to be people posted everywhere. If you have mobility, you move and you get onto the right side of the map. But, Logan! Risker just hopping in as one by one and saying, we're not build fighting. No. We're ending
Let's just
it here.
skip that step.
Yeah. Love to see that. But yeah, that river is going to be a big issue for a lot of players on the map. And as you can see, a lot of players already moved toward the circle because they know that if they're rotating late into this, people are going to be built up. People are going to be ready to take shots at them. Look at Blue T's position, just overlooking that river. He's ready to, he's like we just see it right now. He's getting ready to take shots at people that are making their way through, that are getting fortified in there, that are going to be easy targets to pinch with other players because those people are at such a disadvantage. Here we go. Excel's taking a shot. That's armor that he doesn't have going into this next circle.
Right there on your screen, Myth. Take a look. Aspect, he was the player that won last game, took it away from Poach. Like you said, Blue T's just overhead. He's just looking. It's like, come on, guys. Make some moves. I would like some free shots. Try and rotate, please. We see someone down low. It is Cowboy Says Bye. Some great names out here in NA.
And still you have Joseph and J-Storm at 3 eliminations. Nothing exciting has happened for them since then, but Blue T looking for some more eliminations, trying to find them. Trying to just get one on the board for the team. I don't think he's going to be able to get out with this elimination. Aspect moving out, rotating elsewhere, so he doesn't just have to take this beating for no reason.
So, interesting fact here, that yellow diamond that is making their way north side of the circle is actually Legion, a.k.a. Laquan. Laquan, you can see the little yellow diamond there, north side, making that long rotation. He's like, look, I'm not going to run through the river. I'm just going to take my time, going to make the long rotation, try and keep safe.
Yeah, and that's not a bad way to look at it, because when you see it, he has a free rotation. There's no eyes on him. None of these arrows are looking in his direction. He's basically free. The only person of contention was Gorilla on the hill. And then we have Landjock, the big elimination coming out there.
Goodness.
Saw him tried building up. Like, I mean, we see a little pattern going on here. People, they don't want to fight. They're just going to take you out. If you want to build out to me, fine. Like, you don't need to build. I'm coming to you.
That's actually a little difference we've seen coming from EU to NA. It's just like, NA is like, nah, we're going to fight this out now. Let's just do this. Let's have the conclusion happen now.
Yeah, here we go, J-Storm.
That's a good point, because we saw in EU people fought for so long.
Yeah.
Not here in NA.
A long time. 30, 40-second fights happening. And here we go, J-Storm making his push into the circle. I like that he's taking the opportunity to use these grapplers, use what he has available to him to make these rotations happen early on.
Ooh. Almost a mistake there. He could have been potentially chipped back a little bit, but he's all good to go.
And we have 46 players remaining still. There are many players without eliminations going into this. And here we have Sen Aspect with 2 eliminations. He's in a bit of a situation between a few people and is struggling to get his way in here. He has the 2nd place. He did win the last game, if I'm correct.
Myth, I'm just getting word.
Yeah?
Out of the top 5 standings on the right side of your screen, 4 of those members are Lucky Llamas.
What? Let's go! Wait a minute. Hey, never mind what's happening on the screen. Wait, hey, Lucky Llama up, baby. Represent. Keep it going.
I figured you'd like that.
Woo!
There you go.
All right, hey, listen, that's why I love production.
There
Plain
you
and
go.
simple.
There it is. Pass along information.
Oh.
I don't care what's going on anymore. Lucky Llama.
Yeah, no. Lucky Llamas, spam them in the chat. Back to the gameplay, though. God, that made me so happy. I knew that was going to happen anyways. I don't know why I'm so excited.
You're right.
But, yeah, here we go. J-Storm, 0 eliminations. Here in a really good situation, though, where he has the match. Horrify is in, okay, weird situation where 16 HP. He's in enemy team's build, trying to claim him as his own here.
This is really risky.
Yeah, and he's right up against Risker. Risker with the double barrel, just
He
waiting.
has to edit one wall and pull the trigger.
Oh. Or just coming from up top.
Oh, he ticked for 5, dude.
Oh, he wants it though, man. Wait, does Risker have the edit? Risker has the edit!
Oh. Well, that's why you replace every wall, especially if you invade enemy builds. You have to replace everything.
This is true. And Risker going to come up big here with a point. Poach sitting here, no shield. Mats are looking okay. He has the mobility that he needs to rotate to this next zone. But I do think that he wants to find an elimination before he does this.
Well, here's the thing. What would the Lucky Llamas have him do? You're right. Drop more big bonuses. All right, chap. You've got your mission. Aspect,
there you go. Aspect.
Also a Lucky Llama.
Okay, 4 eliminations. Aspect is on top. He's going to get big bonus, obviously, because Lucky Llama comeback time is here and around. Ashen just taking out Blue Tea from above, and he's above Aspect now, actually. So we'll see if he's aware of his position. If they'll make something happen, and Aspect finds a little bit of blue damage onto his opponent there. He's going to go ahead and start rotating into this, applying some pressure as he rotates, making sure he's secure from up above. Definitely doesn't want to lose any armor this rotation. Notices his teammate is, that his opponent, sorry, not his teammate, is playing it slow and takes the one-on-one battle. He knows he's white. He's going to apply the pressure. Oh, but his opponent definitely has gotten away at this point. There's somebody with a grappler. I'm telling you, these rotations are tough when there's this many players. There's grapplers, rifts, rotations of all kind, really, man.
Everyone's just rolling out with the grapplers right now.
And Wild's actually, I'm pretty sure he was all the way in the back. He used the grappler to get himself into the action back there. And oh, here's J-Storm. Gets lasered a bit, 38 HP. If anybody else figures out that he's white, he's gonna be in a tough situation, but he is one hit. Oh, and he catches himself just barely. Just barely.
Low-key stressful.
But now, here's a difficult situation. When you run out of mats, you can't build anymore. And that's what happened.
I believe... Okay, so we just saw Painful go down. Aspect is still alive.
Yeah, Aspect. 5 eliminations. Find somebody else. But that person got eliminated before he could even react to doing anything. Evil.
Myth, I believe I saw Tfue take down Poach. I'm going to just double check to see which of the two is still alive very quickly. Yeah, okay, so Tfue has 2 eliminations. He took down Poach.
Well, that's fine. It's okay. I'll deal with it.
Nate Hill was lost in the storm.
Aspect, my boy.
Another
Aspect
elimination.
60 limps. He's going for the 7th. This is it.
Oh!
Oh!
So close.
Just misses him. He grapples. Somebody else gets the elimination. Or he died in the storm. One of the other Aspects struggling to find his way out. Grapples up. Has no more grapplers. Was trying to go for another one to get the ultimate high ground. And he's just going to go ahead and tunnel up. Play it slow. Just catch his breath for a little bit before he has to start moving forward. And finds another player, but misses the shotgun shot. He needs to start moving. He needs to get out of this zone. He got to stop blocking himself. An Aspect goes down there. That's a tough situation.
Man, that's okay though. Tfue's still alive. Got 6 players left in the game. Taking a look at the top 6 right now. Hogman, Tfue, Ashton, Landjock. Gorilla is actually down, so it's now Nikiski. 5 players.
And we have Tfue holding down the high ground here. 400 mats, 11 rockets at his disposal.
And 356 AR bullets. Tfue is sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, and it looks like this is actually going to go back. It seems like the zone is going back toward all the builds that already took place. So
yeah,
he's going to be able to catch some. He might be able to catch some materials through that. He might be able to get some more ammunition, more rockets, whatever it really may be. He could probably catch some more of it and catch people on these rotations. There you go, picks up another elimination. That's number 4. A medkit found up top as well. He's going to pop one so he could just go ahead and get full HP before getting the late game. Does hear some grappling going on, so he's going to take the time to slow down and just stop whoever's applying that pressure with the grappler.
He's just playing super patiently. He didn't do anything crazy. He didn't overbuild. He built a wall, a ramp, 1 rocket, and then he resets. And then, look, he's just going right back to healing. This is classic Tfue. Very slow, patient gameplay. Landjock's down below with the double barrel. Nikiski also ultimate low ground here.
Yeah, and now it's just time for Tfue to just rain it. Just let him have it. And you hear it, it's happening.
Caught in some builds there. Landjock closing in. Down below.
No. Look, from underneath.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Nice.
There
Way to catch himself.
It's Landjock versus Tfue. Tfue lands the rocket. They're fighting. It's a 1v1 situation here. I think they both... Oh, no. Tfue has one more wall, but...
It was lost in the storm. And hits him with the OG dance, the ultimate disrespect coming out. That actually could have been a little bit stronger there of an end for Tfue if he'd actually secured that elimination. That would have been that secondary threshold of 5. Yep. But all in all, a victory is still good. You know, you still get those 3 points with 4 eliminations. He's going to find himself 1 point after that. So here in game 2, 4 points hits the board for him. Yeah,
Landjock had no HP toward the end of that. You see him, he had like legit 2 ticks worth of HP. He had like 20 HP, maybe like 15 HP. So that's a game.
That's a game.
That could have gone many ways.
Yeah. And I guess if someone's going to win and it's not Poach, I guess it's going to be Tfue. Because don't forget, he took down Poach in that engagement there toward the last final circles. But there was quite a few lucky llamas that made it pretty far, all in all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you missed it, top 4 currently, or top of the top 5, 4 of them are lucky llamas. So Myth is pretty excited. If you're a lucky llama fan, you should probably be excited as well. But don't forget, we're here in game number 2 of the day. So what do you think about that game versus game 1? I feel like game 1, what we saw was a lot of action, kind of a lull for just a moment as we kind of got to those final circles. and it was just all action after that. With this, it feels a little more steady action kind of through and through.
Yeah, I guess I could say the same thing. The pacing of the match was very fluid overall. Like, there wasn't a moment where I was like, okay, we're waiting for something to happen. There was a lot of opportunity for people to play for these picks on these rotations because of the people coming from the west side of the map. And there was just, all in all, a lot of action to be had that game. And I think a part of it had to do with the way the Storm played out. It was very engaging overall for I think everybody involved. There was some high ground, some low ground involved, and it made it a fun situation and all. And then we had some players come up big in these fights, and just there were none of these fights that happened where people were just kind of taking their time. It was just, you want to fight? Okay, we're fighting. We're fighting, and that's something that I like to see, because these guys, they're just doing, they're playing their aggression to the maximum potential that they can. They're just taking the hard trade when they can, not taking the hard trade when they can't, and that's all the science behind it. They're playing when they can't, not playing when they can't play. So they're playing when they can, not playing when they can't.
Yeah, and that's not what we saw coming out of EU, right? EU, we saw longer engagements.
Yeah, in EU we've
longer
seen
dance.
Yeah, we've seen these engagements where even when the player shouldn't or can't, they would, and that would lead to that extended battle. And then on top of that, it works the other way. When there's a player that can play the aggression, they don't play the aggression, which I found that to be interesting. Like, somebody would have 200 HP and they're kind of, taking it easy. But in NA, if you have 200 HP in a double barrel, you're in.
Full send.
You're going in.
Let's take a look and see what the standings are right now coming out of game number 2. So, Aspect at the top, still in first place, 7 points.
I'm just happy to see all this.
Look at
right
the
now.
Lucky Llamas. Now, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, top 20 at the end of the day will place in the money. So don't forget, Liquid Poach as well is the first to hit a big bonus.
Yeah, Vivid and Fuzzy, they're going to come back. Don't worry. Easily.
Look at that. Kriz in that 20th spot, just edging out Logan. So Logan, Coop Train, Cuddy, etc. All these guys are all fighting to make top 20. Don't forget, we have 4 more games heading your way. I'm a little disappointed we didn't see another big bonus. Come on, NA.
Listen,
you can't give me the candy and then take it away. That's not right.
We can't, NA can't get one every game, Zeke.
I mean, if it was you.
We don't want to make you feel bad.
That's true. That's true.
So we just got one here, skip a game, one here,
Yeah. But again, it'd be a Lucky Llama that does it, right?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Hey, listen, if there's a game mode for Lucky Llamas to come on, it's a big bonus.
There you go. What about
Think
you guys?
about it. That's what a Lucky Llama is. It's a big bonus.
That's actually a good point. What about, do you guys at home agree? Is a Lucky Llama a big bonus earn the game? I mean, let us know with that hashtag, Fall Skirmish. Don't forget to rep your favorite clubs. What should they rep?
They should rep Lucky Llamas because we're making a comeback and it's happening.
There you go. That's all you needed to hear. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break. So get up, stretch, find yourself a snack, something to drink. We'll be back in 5 minutes, so stay tuned. We are back. Ladies and gentlemen, we've missed you. Welcome back after that short break. I'm Zeke. This week, we are joined by Myth. So if you're new and you just tuned in, feel free to welcome him. He's amazing.
Hello.
He's provided incredible feedback and insight over the course of the day. We saw the 6 EU games before. Of course you have. This guy, he's crazy. Welcome back. It's great to be here. We just watched 2 games coming out of NA. We have 4 more games lined up heading your way. So where should we start? We should start with you want to start maybe with the format? You want to start there? What do you want to do?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, format? We'll start there. Let's talk about the format. We're going to do big bonus this week, so it's a slight variation of last week. 6 total games in the solo matches. Victory rounds worth 3 points. Second and third place are worth 2 points. And then if you can place between 4th and 10th, you'll get 1 point.
Yes, and with 7+ eliminations, you can get yourself 3 points. 5 to 6 eliminations will get you 2 points, and 4 to 3 eliminations will get you 1 point. But there is also the big bonus where 1 point for each elimination past 7 will get you that 1 point. And on top of that, $7,500.
My, so far across both regions, we've only seen one person do that, and that is Liquid Poach. He's dropped 9 eliminations in game 1.
Yep.
So before anything has happened, before placements or anything like that, he said, look guys, I would like 1 big bonus twice, which puts 50K in my pocket. Thank you guys. I am Poach. I am terrifying. Remember me and be fearful. And again, it's only happened once. That's how difficult and challenging this is. I kind of want to see it again. Just saying.
You want a more kill incentive, dude? You got it.
You got it.
You got it.
There you go.
Got it.
Now let's take a look at the standings coming out of the first 2 games. Let's see what players are currently. Right off the bat, Aspect at the top. Now don't forget, we got 2 Lucky Llamas placing in 1st and 2nd. Now they're tied, but if you're a Lucky Llama fan, you're really happy. Especially look, Liquid Vivid. I just put it together. Also coming in 5th, even likes of Fuzzy. Don't forget, top 20 will place in the money. So hopping over, Kriz currently in 20th. Now he is edging out Logan, Coop Train, Cuddy, etc. And again, we have 4 games left to play, Myth. It's going to be a good last final few days. Now, something we wanted to touch on before getting to the next few games is the support a creator event. So if you don't know anything about that, Myth, you want to help me out a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So basically, if you go into the store tab in your Fortnite game, get the bottom right corner, there will be a support a creator button. You could put in your creator's tag, or you put in my tag, TSM_Myth, and you'll support a creator. So whenever you buy V-Bucks, you'll essentially help that creator out, give a little back toward them monetarily.
That's right. And don't forget, this event runs from now through December 31st. So, I mean, what better way during the holiday season to say, hey, I support you, Myth, or, you know, whoever may, Liquid Poach, whoever it might be.
Every single member of the Lucky Llama roster.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are hopping here into game number 3. And boy, oh boy, just seeing where the bus has launched us. This is a long landing here for the kind of south side of the map.
Yeah, here we have Coop Train. You know, he's scouting out who's dropping. He has a nice little drop here onto the doghouse over here in Pleasant Park. And he's going to be in a position to just get in there, get what he needs nice and early, and have all that loot in that house. We know, like, just playing in pubs, we know how critical that house is, right? We know how much it provides. It has 1, 2, 3 chests minimum. I think it has like 8 to 10 floor loot spawns potentially, and he is racking it up right off the bat, giving himself a really, really strong just initial early game.
Did you see that Liquid Poach is already down to the likes of Mushgun?
Technical glitch. Kappa. I'm just playing. Yeah. Poach did go down, unfortunately.
That is okay, though.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we've got 4 more games, so 3 coming up after this. But we saw also the likes of the kill feed, Dr. Lupo.
Indeed.
Shotgun someone.
And Top Gun Smurf Kitty plays are the other people landing here. Look at that. Some of the houses out here are spoopified.
Yep.
And Top Gun, he's in a decent position as well. Has the pump, AR, SMG, everything you basically need to take an early engagement and not be put behind. Kitty plays kind of in the same position, trying to get the mat count up here, rotating toward Treehouse. Might be going for a little bit of early aggression.
I mean, look, Kitty is an aggressive player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna now.
Looks
I don't
like
know.
Has
okay,
her
so
eyes.
she knows science is there. Yeah.
Possibly.
Maybe?
No.
Nope.
No,
Kitty's
the
like, I'm
science
good.
doesn't know either, so it's
Bye.
all good. Happy ending. Yay!
Like ships in the night, passing by each other.
Everybody wins.
There you go. Now
Yeah.
you're gonna utilize this corrupted zone to make a rotation. You got the Shadow Stone. Now here's the thing: do you take the Shadow Stone? Do you just leave? Because there is like a risk and reward, right, to using one.
Yeah. So I mean, toward that type of circle, she could definitely rotate out early, but ooh, replay by B-Sox here, getting lasers from behind, but Net J gets eliminated. What is it?
My goodness.
Boots the Big Pot excels in a fight here, and Shifty Shafts making the most out of that double barrel. His opponent knows he doesn't have it anymore. Dimes. He's quick with it. The tac shotgun. Tac shotgun, that's the beautiful thing about the tac shotty, man, is it allows you to keep up that constant shotgun pressure. You never have to worry about your shot's not dealing enough damage with your double barrel and then not having something to work with as a shotgun. And then Tilted Towers, we have 5 players potentially here. Could be a little bit more lurking around the corner, but yeah, 5 players at Tilted Towers. Laquan out in the offices. B-Sox looks like he's around LeBron and Destroy and near the taco shop, but Mason's holding down the center tower, farming what he can, not really worrying about anybody else. And this is the thing, like, NA, yeah, they'll look for some picks, they'll look for some opportunities, but they're farming the entire time while they're doing it. And nobody drops on top of each other. They respect each other's space when they're playing Tilted Towers here. And that's something that's the way you play Tilted. You don't want to hot drop on top of somebody, you know, double stack L's and end up in a situation where you won't be able to get out of it. But here we going to switch to Coop Train.
So this is, remember we left Top Gun Smurf, like ships in the night, him and Kitty plays, pass each other. And now it is Coop Train versus Top Gun Smurf. Now keep in mind, we do have about 30 seconds before the storm starts to move. So they have about 3 minutes to get to safety. But this goes back to the time management we talked about earlier, man. You know, how long do you spend in these engagements? Because you also have to account for rotation, especially if someone's already in the safe zone. Are they going to gatekeep you? So Coop Train might dedicate maybe a little too much time to this, depending on what Top Gun Smurf does. I mean, it almost feels like they need to go ahead and start trying to make rotations. But as I say that, Top Gun says, let me go ahead and put this shot down on you. Let's do this again.
Yeah, this isn't looking good for neither of them. And the sad part about this is if this exchange doesn't end soon, neither of these guys will have enough time to loot out the rest of Pleasant Park. But that's if there's even anything to loot out of Pleasant Park. We know how many people landed here. There's about 3 to 4 people that landed in different areas and probably looted all of Pleasant Park already. So this engagement just needs to end already. And Coop Train is feeling confident probably with that shot after getting all of his blue out, but he's not in a position where he could fight. Sadly, Top Gun could definitely play the low ground and still win the situation, and that's what we're gonna see.
Wow.
Even though Top Gun coming extremely close to being eliminated, plays the low ground out, hits his shots at the end of the day, and gets what he needs, which is that elimination. Or what he wants. I don't want to say if it's what he needs, but here he goes. Sword Louis with an engagement.
Wow.
Going down with the spray. JTT sees B-Sox peeking through the window, snags all of his shield off, and then finishes him off. We have Mills scoped AR.
Looking good.
Oh, sorry, thermal. He has a thermal, and he's going to make his way, try to get some shots on Barton, but they're both just going to go their own fine, dandy, separate ways. And yeah, pretty much an open field for him to venture through. DSM Camille's has a decent loadout as well going into this, and Ghost School and Barton are basically just going to play for these rifts to their best ability. They're not going to fight, I don't think. They're both hyper-focused on making that rotation. These are both pretty solid players.
Did Barton? Okay, so that player was right behind Barton.
Yeah.
But he ends up taking the rift, bailing out.
Yeah, they both dip.
It's Ghost School. Okay.
That's that brotherly mutual agreement that you see between pros. That's that good stuff. That's that, hey, you smart, you smart.
Respect.
I appreciate you.
Here's a rift. Let's go take it. You go that way, I go this way. But now look at this rotation. Watching the top right of the minimap, you saw a lot of players starting to rotate in through Tilted Towers. Over here, all the way in Wailing, we see NB Gorilla versus Kayun. Here's the thing, though. I mean, they're in safe zone, right? They're in Wailing Woods. taking a look at the mats look great. Kayun is down low. Well, I mean, he's probably farming all the metal down here.
Kayun turned this basement into a cave.
How do you do that?
Look at all the brick that comes out of that. And then if he wants to, he can use floating island to rotate out.
Exactly.
But
if Gorilla alleviates that pressure, which I mean, will he? Depending on the way the zone shifts, he might just stay there and be like, "Yo, I know you got mats.
Bring me the mats."
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill here, and you're gonna have to move sometime soon, buddy.
Look how many players are still within the zone coming out there, Myth. And the zone's not ticking for too much just yet, but you don't want to be in these situations, especially without heals.
Oh yeah, so
both safe zone.
Both of these players are aware that they're gonna have to move out sometime soon, and here you go, Kayun making the push to leave, gets hit a little bit, not an insane amount of damage. Trades, Kayun is already at 75. I'm sorry, Gorilla was already at 75, and he makes his way out of that successfully. That was very well done. He doesn't have to deal with Gorilla anymore. He can go about his way of making that rotation, farming up the mats that he may have not had, getting that max wood, and then making it toward that floating island so he could rotate out and get into the next circle, because it's going to be quite vital to get a position in that with this many players left alive, 65.
That's good, though. I like the way that Kayun kind of committed to disengaging. But now over to Nate Hill versus Dr. Lupo. This is a match, a battle of titans I don't want to see unfold because I love both of these people.
I mean, I'm down to see them eliminate each other. I just want to see them do it, like, quickly.
Quickly, right.
You know?
Oh,
somebody else in the mix. And Lupo coming from underneath Nate Hill. Nate Hill trading a little bit, but it seems like Nate is going to get Lupo. But Nate with 19 HP, he is not looking healthy at all to get this other elimination.
Look, it's Sir Demetrius, and then Louis is also here, and then Game Sager is right around the corner. Look at him traversing the builds.
This is going to be tough, and here's the thing. They have the time to invest in this fight. The zone isn't extremely far away right now. And here's that clean kill on Dr. Lupo that Nate Hill ended up picking up. What a solid spray down.
Dude!
Yes.
Wow!
Love to see it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Nate Hill repping.
All these players right now, they have the time to play for these fights. With the zone being so far away, I'm pretty sure you could see they're the only players in this salty area. So whoever comes out of this wins this rotation. Or if somebody does decide, hey, you guys want to do this, go ahead. I'm going to go play toward the zone. I'm going to get you guys all when you need to run toward me. All right? Well, we'll see what happens here. It looks like they're going to go for the aggression, no doubt.
Demetrius dropped really, really low. Nate Hill trying to secure this. He does. Now, here's the thing. Does he know about the other two players? He probably has an idea that there's one other player.
Yes. Oh, but Game Sager is down with no HP. He was full HP before.
Someone else from the right side of the map was shooting at him. Who is it, though? It looks like maybe that green triangle on the top right of the minimap, the top left of it.
Pushing in on Nate Hill, but yeah. See, that's that guy playing the zone. He's playing zone. He said, you guys can have your fun. I'm going to play the zone. I'm going to get whoever's damaged at the end of it all.
Look at this, though. Nate Hill able to top off. Still has 7 minis, a half shield, AR. Builds are looking great. He's trying to close in on Louis. Now, the question is, where's Game Sager? Because we just saw him up top. He was hurt. He was topping off.
There he is. He's there to put some pressure on a Nate Hill. And here's what happens next. Some nades being thrown from Game Sager. This could be... Oh, but Top Boy.
It's Top Boy.
That's, like I said, that position. If you want to be that player that plays toward that fight, go ahead, by all means. But be very afraid of the player that is going to be playing the Storm. And as you can see here, Game Sager is trying to make that rotation toward, and he knows Top Boy there, but Louis getting shot by Top Boy now, and that's dangerous.
It looks like also Dimes is engaging Top Boy. So the thing is, Game Sager's disengaging because he's got the low health. While Nate Hill is still full health, he's like, yeah, you want to find the Storm? Let's do it, dude.
Yeah. Oh.
Trying to find an angle.
There we go. He finds his feet in his builds.
He still has plenty of builds as well.
He's just going to take his time to get in the circle here. Doesn't want to display it anyway.
I love the rotation Game Sager made, just hugging that mountain, going left. And Nate's like, well, all right, I'm just going to keep moving in my direction because he already has a plan, right?
Yeah, now when you look at the zone from this perspective, Nate Hill has all the advantage here now.
Who's that? It was Blue Tea. All right.
Wow. Blue team with great elimination, but yeah, look at Louis with no HP.
Did he see him? He saw him for just a moment.
Oh, if you could throw one nade, get that wall, bounces in, he's done. And here we have the leaderboard. A lot of 2 eliminations. No one's been able to find that 3 yet, but I guess the bigger thing to focus on is that there's still 55 players remaining. Actually, Nate Hill
picks up Louis.
Yeah, picks up Louis. So there we have it. He is on the board. He is the only player on the board right now with 1 elimination for this game. Oh, sorry, 3 eliminations for this game, 1 point.
Yeah.
For those 3 eliminations, of course. And Flower pushing into this 1-by-1 with amazing push.
It's hysteria, and he counters with the trap. That is not the way you want to end that game. But back over to Nate Hill, and taking a look at his left, we saw Top Boy kind of trying to third-party those situations. He was engaged by Dimes, and now they're just, again, respecting each other. You talked about it, Myth. The zone's just right over this hill. It's not that far away, so they have a lot of time. But you almost have to wonder, should they just go ahead and start making the rotations? They've got this mountain just in front of them. And again, if you have to rotate around the mountain, you don't want to do that. You want to just rotate early, make your way up, and get to safety. Especially because, look, you've already got players up there. You have 2 players around there, even one coming down on the edge of the map there.
When it comes to this moment and where Nate Hill's positioned is, you got to be careful for the person on the hill, and you have to be careful for the people right beside you. And he has eyes on him now. And if you do want to make this rotation, you have to be, either 1 or 2 things have to happen. You got to play off the distraction of your opponents while they're fighting and doing crazy stuff, or you got to play for when everybody moves.
Right.
And here we go with Destroy. Getting shredded by Mason.
He's got the slurp, though. He's going to be able to top off 2 half shields as well.
That's if Mason lets him do it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Mason knows how to apply the pressure, but now would be a good time to take it and apply pressure onto Mason, knowing that he doesn't have the opportunity or time to reload his double shotgun while the zone moves. He's going to take the big pot as well.
Oh, I don't like this, man. I think you're right. He should have just tried to engage. That's 1. He's down.
The heal, though.
Oh, that was
Mason
actually...
comes out on top.
That was close.
That could have been a phenomenal play.
Again, though, man, it goes back to hesitation. We saw that slight hesitation moment. You called it out. Mason fires once and then has to basically reload his double barrel. At that point, you push him. He can't blast you with that double barrel, but...
Yeah, it was only unfortunate on the opposite end because he didn't have the HP to push him.
Yep.
Unfortunately, you know, you could push him and then he might pull out that other double barrel shot on you, and then you could be put in a fortunate situation. But if you catch him mid-reload, it's going to be tough.
Look who's still alive, though. Nate Hill, still, again, 3 eliminations. He's got 1 point on the board. And he's closing in on Logan. And down below are Baldy and Choppa down. Myth, look at the new safe zone. It's favoring them right now.
It's just good for a lot of people involved. The people on the hill don't have to play too far up. Take it back. It's not good for everybody. There is a whole lot of people on the north side of the circle. And let me tell you, that's not going to be the funnest time.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering that a lot of these players have already fortified. They don't have to do anything. They just wait for the timer to tick down. They wait for players to start moving, and they're like, cool, I'm literally just going to sit here and play the long game. You start rotating, I'm going to take the shots.
They need to have something to rotate, plain and simple. Like I said, their rotation isn't going to be enjoyable at all with these people that are already in the circle. There's people already established. Like, you know, people the likes of Tfue with the sniper, they're going to be waiting for you to come through the circle.
Man, Mason's still moving around here. Now, what's interesting, he's kind of like on the edge of Loot Lake, so his rotation isn't that bad, because keep in mind, if you don't know, the storm closes slower the closer it is to that safe zone. He's going to have a lot of extra time getting safely in there, but you still have the likes of like Shivzy, Go School, Nikiski, who are on the edge there. Even Kiwis is close by Loot Late, so Mason's going to have a tough time rotating over. Tfue, man, he's just chilling, doing what Tfue does, just very simple build, trying to find information, gather up where players are.
And as we see people from that north side starting to use their means of, you know, rotational mobility, because they know that that's a difficult rotation, that it's not an easy way to get in. And if they want to have some sort of longevity into the game, they need to do that. Wild here is taking advantage of the fact that everyone's already gone. So
Yeah.
just making his way in, slowly but surely.
I mean, look at all these builds that just exist. He just follows up. They're all gone. Just keep going, Wilds.
Mm-hmm.
It's smart, though. He's not even overbuilding. Just one ramp, one wall. Am I okay? Do I see anyone?
And he's going to have that rift to go for the next circle. If it shifts onto the hill, that's going to be the time to use it. Nate Hill in the same position that we left them off with the next time. Knows there's people underneath them. People are just really trying to get these eliminations in now.
Gank, Logan goes down to chop it down. Nate Hill's just sitting here trying to apply some pressure. And again, man, he hasn't really expended too much, like as far as resources. Obviously, quite a bit of ammo, just trying to apply a little bit of pressure, but all in all, he's pretty safe right now. He's not too far from the current safe zone.
But Nate Hill with 336 materials, Zeke. That is something to be worried about.
Yeah.
That is something to be worried about when 37 people remain in the circle.
I mean, look at the top right of the mini-map right now. Look how many players are already within the safe zone. Look how many still need to get there. I mean, because some of that new safe zone is within the storm circle, you only have so much effective play space. So you're going to have players coming in from basically only 2 angles. And look how many guys have already posted up. They're fortified. They're ready to go. They're like, hey, everyone, come on, funnel in. Look at that. Just the congestion happening. Still 37 players left alive, Myth.
10 seconds left to go till the circle starts moving. And then we'll get into the fun. Tfue, one of those players that needs to rotate into the circle. Not an insane rotation that he needs to make. It's not too far, so he's going to try to find some of these picks or some of these eliminations as people need, or the people that are more worried about the rotations, try to move in. Heavy sniper rifle, not connecting. We got Harry on 3 eliminations. Phenomenal player. Trying to make his way through this build, trying to eliminate this opponent if he can.
Myth, it's go time. Storm's moving. It's going to start funneling people in together. Everyone's starting to scramble a little bit. Tfue snipes Wild. You've got Nikiski, takes down Dimes. Ghost School takes down Jay Cuddy. Zate finding Horrify. Tfue sniping Nikiski as well. So Tfue sitting on 3 eliminations. Envy Gorilla taking down Kenneth. Shipsy is down.
Tfue sniping Baluti.
All right,
puts him on top of the match
who
with
put
4
a sniper
eliminations.
rifle in Tfue's hands? Who did it? Stop it. Chop it down. Eliminates Nate Hill, so Nate is down, and now we're down at 24 players. My goodness, look at his mats. I feel like Tfue is one of those players that he's very, he has a lot of knowledge as far as like when to use mats and when not to use them. He's very conservative, you know. He knows exactly what he needs to put down, never overbuilds. And this is like the standard Tfue, right? The 1x1, ceiling up top, and then cone in the center there. And then you edit the wall, you peek behind the cone. That way if someone does shoot back, there's a chance they'll hit the cone instead of you. Playing it pretty smart. New safe zone though, hard west.
That's definitely going to be quite the shift. And we see a lot of players lining up around the west side of it already, ready to go. But there's like an empty area within like the center of it, or like on the east end as well. There's a little bit of room for players to work with, a little bit of that like grass space between it all. Players, they will start moving very shortly here. And they have started moving, and eliminations coming underway. You got Anthony dying from the storm damage. Tfue making his way through as well. He sees a rift to go, and he takes it.
Okay.
And he could just hold high, or he could go straight down. He's making the decision to just get on top of this 1x1 that hasn't been contested yet. And that's the play to make. He's in zone. He already has a foundation. And now he owns high ground, essentially, over this other player that is trying to, or no, obey Upshall.
Yeah, but don't forget, he only had like 300 mats going into this. Somehow he must have found additional mats, because remember, he only had a little bit.
Yeah.
He's got plenty looking in to this. Oh, these must have been some
one
of the
his
snipes. That's one.
Yep.
Taking a look, this must have been the second one here.
Oh, just
wow.
barely gets his leg
Threading
there.
the needle, yeah. 15 players. So he's already at that second threshold, 5 eliminations, 2 points gonna hit the board for him.
And Tfue just got his 5th elimination. That puts him at 2+ points. here, Tfue needs 2 more eliminations, 10 people alive other than him. He could get the big bonus if things play right into his hand. Zay with the impulse nade, trying to contest for high ground there against Tfue, but meets somebody else within a 1-by-1. He's gonna make him relax, chill out, dog. All right,
Chill out.
Relax.
Does he go back, though? I mean, this guy's chilled.
Possibly, but is that person gonna
Oh, it's
die
right
into
there.
the zone? Because he's sliding through and he's trying to do, oh my God.
Oh my gosh, hanging on with barely any HP.
Did you see this man sliding through this through the tunnels? Like, help, stop, so cold. Like doing anything he can to just not slide into this storm. That's hilarious.
Chiller, first time we've seen it in competitive play. Baldy, though, finds 2 eliminations, a shotgun and an SMG.
Oh, and Baldy has the low ground here. He has the ability to just, you know, like a snake in the grass, really. Just
He's even got the quad
show
launcher,
up.
man.
Yeah, he does. 3 eliminations. Tfue's still up. Could we see him close out and get the rest of these some of these like eliminations to get him to 7 and possibly even take him over 7 and give him a big bonus? That is the question.
Ooh, trying to line up shots. Yeah, he's
Hard
going
to make
for
it
it.
happen.
He's like, look, I know they're all down below. I'm confident in my ability right now. He even picks up the meds in case he has to go to a heal off. That's how far ahead he's thinking right now. Down to 3 players. It's Tfue versus Frizzable versus Tyler's right now.
And here's what's happening now. Tfue knows that the other guy is putting pressure onto him. Oh, goes down. There it is. The 1v1. Low ground versus the high ground. We've seen it all the time. But does our man Tyler's have anything up his sleeve to confirm this elimination? Does he have anything that he could use to counter Tfue's high ground dominance right now? We'll see. He has a shockwave nade. Will he use it?
And the
Shockwave
med
nade.
kits. What is it? He should have already started the med kit if he's going to try and go for that.
No.
It might be too late. Campfire. I don't think this is going to be enough.
It's too late.
Where is Tfue? Oh, Tfue tried to go for it. Can he find him?
It is too late.
That.
That was scary.
Wow.
That was
okay.
scary.
That, yeah. So if Tfue had started the bandages, would he have won that? So that was his only play, was just to go for it.
Yeah, if he had campfire, yes, he probably would have survived and won that situation. But what needed to happen was Tyler's using the medkit earlier, and then he would have won that situation out.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. He most definitely probably would have won.
My
Simply because I think he got stuck underneath his floor, and he just wasn't, you know, he kind of threw him off guard.
Yeah,
and he tried getting back on top
so
because he wanted to place the
He was
campfire.
below his floor because it was edited in 3, so that's why you saw him hop up. He re-edited it, and then he could place the campfire.
Yeah, but at that point,
It was too
It was
late.
too late.
Yeah, he had to start that med before the storm had hit. Close game, though. Tfue barely making it out. 6 HP. That was pretty intense. You even saw he had actually fired. He was so sure of where that player was. Tfue, though, playing pretty standard Tfue gameplay. I feel like, you know, he maintained high ground for a very long time. He didn't take engagements he didn't have to. Again, conserving materials when he felt it was important, when he had to. And, I mean, almost like a textbook game there. Would you agree?
I would agree. Yeah, it was cool. It was calm. It was collected. You know, he played his high ground when the opportunity was there. He made the rotations, like I would say, flawlessly. Basically, he seen opportunities where people weren't, and I was like, wow, that's a high ground opportunity where nobody else is. Let me glide onto there. That rift to go that the other person had, I think saved the game potentially for Tfue. And that, because without that, he most likely wouldn't have been high ground and wouldn't have been in the position that he was to get that game. So, you know, that's something to take into account. I mean, if you use a rift to go, you could be helping your enemy, especially in this solos format.
Yeah.
Where people all around you.
I think especially considering he used it and then dives down immediately. We saw there was someone else, I'm assuming whoever used the rift was still high, and he just dove right down on the builds because he knows if to get down, you have to build. I have to fortify. That's my game plan. You know, and if someone else wants to maintain up in the sky, go for it. I'm Tfue, though. This is how I like to play, and this is how I'm going to get that W. He shows up and gets that victory out. That's going to be 3 points heading his way. And then also additional points coming out from the victory. Let's take a look at the replays coming out from this last game. Some of the highlights. Wow. Yeah, these games just keep getting better and better. We keep changing. It feels like the pace changes very slightly every time. So every game feels very dynamic right now. But man, it's just constant action the entire time. And it's really clean play all around.
No, I have to agree. You know, we haven't seen any insane eliminations like we did the first game, but I think there's no doubt that we'll see some of that once the circle sort of permits for that type of play. A lot of these past circles that we had, there's been a lot of the high ground, you know, integrated with it. And if we see something like one of the first game circles where it was more based on, like, it wasn't just simply, there weren't multiple points of contention for high ground. There was that one hill, and it's either you worked up it or you worked like under it. And as you see, like Poach worked under it, and he was able to get a bunch of picks and rotations off of people coming down. So I'm interested to see if maybe next game circle will play toward that type of high kill game. Maybe see another big bonus happen.
We got pretty close this last game again to a big bonus. If you're just tuning in, Poach is the only player all day to have actually acquired the big bonus, picking up 2 eliminations after 7, so 9 total. Again, we have, I believe, 3 more games left to play. We also have an update. We've got standings, Smith. Let's take a look and see where players are currently. So with that game, Tfue bumps up now with 9 points. He takes away now. Let's take note. You're making a face. Top.
I'm not making a face.
2 to 3 and 4, all Lucky Llamas. All right. You got Aspect, Poach, and Liquid, Vivid. Now, don't forget, top 20 will place in the money. So hopping over, let's see currently who sits in that 20th spot. Right now, it's Tyler's. So he's just edging out Mason. Now, take a look. He has 2 points. Right below him, 21st. Mason has 1. So it's very, very close.
Yeah.
If Mason could have picked up those eliminations, man, could have been a point.
Definitely. And I also want to note that Tfue, you just picked up the first back-to-back elimination in the fall skirmish. Oh, no, not elimination, sorry.
Victory Royale.
Victory Royale.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's big.
Okay. Well, there you go. There you have it. My goodness. It feels like these games are almost a blur. You know, there's so much going on all at the same time. But I think what we're kind of starting to see a lot of is just that consistency, right? There's kind of like this play you have to do and almost a plan going into late game. You're either going to play for these high eliminations to try and get these elimination bonuses. Sometimes I actually don't think we've seen players going into the final circle yet that don't have eliminations. They always have at least one, right? Because even in EU, we saw there was a lot of players that were like, hey, we're last 20 and 15 of us don't have anything.
Yeah.
So what's the plan now, right? Even seeing Tfue pick up the bandages there toward the end, he was like, look, there's a possibility of heal off. I'm going to be ready for it. They're just bandages. He didn't end up using them. He didn't need to. But that's kind of how far ahead these players are thinking.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
No doubt.
What do you think?
No doubt.
What do you think? Are you watching EU and NA play? Right. Obviously, you're probably more a fan of NA, right? Because more action, obviously. I mean, I think we all agree with that. Do you think NA has possibly learned things from EU? Watching them play earlier, I feel like that big bonus, man. They've probably picked up a few little pointers coming out of there.
Possibly, but it hasn't been anything that I haven't like expected out of NA play. You know, they haven't done anything extreme. To you know. To the day of a tournament, right? To look at the way people in another region play the game and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then just throw away your game plan is kind of risky overall. But I think like what we're seeing, like I said before, is just traditional, typical, you know, NA gameplay where people do such a good job of playing the early and mid game that a lot of people survive and end up in those late game circles and make it to that late game. And that's exactly what I think we're seeing here.
Absolutely. What about you guys at home? How are you enjoying all the action? Don't forget to use that hashtag Fall Skirmish. We love having to hear what you have to say. That was a tongue twister if I've ever had one. We've got 3 more games to go. 1 more here before the next break. So what are you hoping to see done differently going into this next game? I think for me, man, again, another big bonus. That's what I want to see. Just do it all, run it all back.
Yeah.
Again.
Agreed.
That's it.
Just want a big bonus.
Let's just see. Poach, hey, if you're out there, if you want to go ahead and get another big, or anyone, really, just anyone. Let's grab some big bonuses. I actually think that would be kind of a cool story, is that Poach be the only player that got big bonuses. But then there's also like the other side of the story that's like, oh wait, so many other players also got big bonuses.
I would like that.
Could go either way. Taking a look at the bus, it has launched. Got kind of like a lower side, heading upside toward Wailing Woods. And so again, the bus is launching kind of toward the lower half of the map. So if players are trying to get to things like Pleasant Park, Junction, Haunted Hills, they have to glide for much farther. But taking a look, Hogman is diving right toward Floating Island. He's like, look, Wailing Woods, man. I hear this is a pretty good spot. Let's take a look.
That's true. That's right. And I mean, along with that, he looks up and sees 2, 3, 4 players.
A lot of people
floating with him. Yeah. So that's got to be a little bit intimidating. It doesn't seem like anyone's going for these chests on the bottom, which is what he seems to be going for.
There's only the one. So here's the thing. He's got to be fast. Be fast. Okay.
Yeah, and one thing that I think that is interesting while we have this angle up is, you know, there's players right now in Wailing that are doing things, collecting loot, getting materials, right? Already taking fights. While if you're to stretch further on a bus, you have less time to do all that.
Right. Because they've already touched down.
Exactly. So I think that's one thing about gliding and the meta that I don't think a lot of people put a you know, light on. But that's definitely something that impacts gameplay, those 20, maybe 30 seconds.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
It's there.
I mean, that's
Jumpman.
That's symbolic. That's symbolic right there.
The lucky llamas. All right, Jumpman. What is your reward here? It's a Chug Jug, Shockwaves, ammo. You got the chiller. That's good. This time, that llama was not secretly a bush bandit.
True.
So that's good. All right. Okay. That is the second lucky llama. Also, within the day, we've seen we usually don't see lucky llamas in the skirmish series, but Exhaust used up one of his boogies on Barton.
Another one.
How many boogies does he have? Okay, it was 3. Exhaust just getting punished right now. Barton's like, peek out. Let me see. Throw the boogie. There you go.
Oh, the clean headshot. It just takes it home.
There you go. Now Risky is all his. He can use those metal cars, farm up a bunch of metal, and he's currently in the safe zone. So watching that mini-map, you got players rotating from down south over to Haunted Hills, though. So this is the castle above Haunted Hills.
Yep. We have Jared FPS, Chica Live, Sen Aspect. So I actually started dropping at this place because I wanted to see what it offered in terms of gameplay, mat count, equipment, and stuff like that. So this is not ideal for all 3 of these players. Having 3 people on top of here is going to be a real issue for these players coming into mid and late game. Even if Sen Aspect comes out here, eliminates Chica, eliminates Jared, he's still going to be put in a position, material-wise, oh, nice email. He's still going to be put in a position where he is going to be struggling for materials in the late game. But Andu excels in his replay here. Super aggressive play. Going to go ahead and eliminate JT there.
Zoof and also finding an elimination.
Yep. On to Zoof. Zoof is relaxed and has lots of meds to just go ahead and get back to full health here. He's going to be walking out of there with those bandages, 2 and 1 Hita bodies. And Nibs are also just hanging out on this house, looking toward an engagement. But your body says, could have the house.
Good. Yeah, I'm going to try and see if there's any additional loot, which there's not.
Oh! Wait!
Nibs finds an angle on him.
What angle? What? What did I just see? Okay.
Was that through the window on the first floor?
No. Whoa, I think he shot it through the, so you know how like that house
has the broken
like
ceiling?
that broken ceiling?
Yeah. You think he
I think he went outside. Yes.
Wait.
He did. Oh
wait, no, it's down. It's even lower than that.
No. Yeah, that's the broken.
But it was
the broken ceiling from the first floor.
Yes.
Man.
Yes. Wow. Shout out to Nibs. Okay then. All right. That is the dopest snipe we've seen today.
Definitely.
Wow. Now Nibs is probably feeling pretty good. He's like, yeah, what's up? Over to Raise Fire though in Shifty Shafts. He's got 1 elimination already. There's a player close by. Can't tell who it is just yet. But he's looking okay. He's got some good mats. Got the grenade launcher looking great. Plenty of ammo. Even the minis. 95 HP, so there's probably like a mushroom somewhere close by that he can use to just get that clean 100.
Most definitely.
Med kit.
And it doesn't seem like these players are going to be taking an engagement at all anytime soon. I think they're both just, yeah, see, he rotated out of Shifty. So Ray's just going to go ahead and prioritize farming here, get his mats up. He has an elimination, 75 players remaining. And as the circle rotates, he's just going to take it easy basically here and just make it so his mid game is set up for him and allows him and sets himself up to make an elimination happen.
Look at this current safe zone. You like to see it. Take a look at how many people are currently in things like Retail Row. You've got Wailing Woods is currently a hotspot. Lazy Links looks like you got to see players near that corrupted zone. I mean, even take a look down south near Gus, right? Paradise Palms, these are still places people have to rotate up from. I mean, near Lucky Landing, there is an engagement happening on the very edge of the map.
Yeah.
And you're probably wondering, is that worth it? It's probably time to go. Need to get
off the map.
Yeah, they're right on the edge right there.
Oh man.
But now over to Jay Cuddy in Tilted Towers. One elimination. Up top is Excels. Excel's being real brave right now.
Yeah.
Just drinking a half shield out in the open.
Yeah. You know, that in a situation like that, I ain't trying to conserve no mats. I'm good.
Yeah. I will put up a 1x1. Excels, it's like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and disengage. I think this is, ooh. Oh, little nook and cranny there. Okay. All right, that's cool. Boo Boo Bush.
Play the mech kit. Disengage. Just get himself nice and healthy.
Okay. And now, again, the safe zone's right across the way there. It's just on the other side of the river. You don't have to go that far. Let's take a look at this replay.
Dusty.
The dimes.
Oh. Okay. Listen, you don't see a lot of love coming out of that item, the semi-auto sniper, man. I love it when people use a semi-auto sniper.
And take a look. Destroy gets a nice upgrade there in the slurp. We've got the purple AR there as well. I like that people are starting to favor boogie bombs again, man. I love seeing them.
They have been. They've been making their comeback. There's no way to deny that. A lot of players have actually been picking them up, combining them with a double barrel actually. So late game, you just if you nail somebody with that, you got yourself a free elimination. That's what that is.
Destroy getting over this hill. Now there are two players on the other
Jay
side.
Cuddy.
Now here's the thing. Excel is super low. He's gonna start healing.
No.
Destroy's closing in. He's like, I heard something.
Wow.
Just keep him from healing. There you go. Apply the pressure. And now Destroy just sits here. He's like, well, the safe zone's like right behind me. Excels, I would like to eliminate you, if you could please. Oh, he's actually opting to just bail.
Yeah.
So to be fair, he probably doesn't know exactly how low Excels is. He knows that Excel's got the elimination.
Yeah, or on the other side, he does and just doesn't want to take the time to get an elimination that's not really going to get him much in terms of materials, equipment. You know, he's basically using all of his meds already, you know, trying to sustain that fire. So instead of that, yeah, he could just go to the zone and wait it out and just wait for Excels to come through, because I doubt Excels is going to go anywhere else around there. Actually, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to sneak his way through the other side. And
valley here.
I think he's using the new ice trap. He's kind of sliding around a little bit, his little icon. But he's back. He's back into his normal shape and form. And we have a Spicy right north of Retail Row. He has somebody holding the high ground above him. Does he know?
There's no mats.
He is at no HP, actually. That's why he's not being shot at.
Excels was lost in the storm. Saw him go down right there.
That's unfortunate.
Look at that. 15 bullets, 12. I mean, it only takes one good heavy snipe. Not quite.
It takes one good anything at this point with the amount of health that Horrify's got, let's be honest.
Yeah, Horrify has like, what, 7 HP? It's really not much. Oh, look at that. On the way out, he's like, hey, Horrify, here's some bandages.
Oh, Horrified, just like 1 HP? Nah. I'm out here. You want to fight? Let's fight. Look at him. This is monster. He's pushing toward him and look, he's taking a shot.
Oh, 67.
Ooh. Oh, you know what? Yo, if I was Horrified, yo, have you ever, you've been in middle school, right?
Yeah.
You know, like the strong kids, oh, never mind. He's taking
Never mind.
Never mind.
Oh,
elimination.
Man. I'm curious to know what you were gonna say.
I was gonna say, you know, in middle school, you try to be about yourself, act like you're tough and whatnot.
Right.
Like that was the move Horrified was going for. He was going for the middle school psychological play.
He's like, yeah, no, don't take my lunch money. Okay. All right.
That's
Coop
Bandit's
Train.
head.
Yep. Coop
On a
Train
bike.
said, nice try. Thank you for the loot transfer. I appreciate it. I mean, hey, look, heavy sniper for your trouble, not the worst thing in the world. Now he's like, what do I drop for this? I actually would have kept the shockwaves. I hope he keeps the shockwaves anyway. Well, taking a look at the current scoreboard, Myth, look how many people have 2 eliminations.
Look how many people have 1 elimination.
Just so
in general, this is like a frag out match, and as you see here, we're going into this circle with, I think, is it sub 50 players? I think it's around 40.
59.
Is it? No, it's at 59, and people have elims like this. But we'll see how people play out these upcoming circles, because now it's time to ask the question if eliminations will happen after this point. Because as we've seen these upcoming games, there's been people that have favored the rotation more than anything at this point in the game, and this is really when kills sort of die down in NA Fortnite, and you'll see them start to pick up toward these upcoming circles, the circle after this one and into the moving circles. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how everybody just plays it out.
One thing I'd like to actually point out, now that we see where the new safe zone is, taking a look at the minimap. Oh, almost gets the shot there. Taking a look at the minimap, though. Look how many people are down by containers. That's a congested area. Tomato Temple, even the hill just down south of that. There's so many players here. And then if you look kind of on the top side of the new safe zone, you've only got 2 players there. One is on the very edge of the circle, even inside Wailing Woods. 2 players on the outskirts there. So everything on the east side of this new safe zone, great, super easy and clean rotations. Everyone else, you got your work cut out for you.
Well,
Best
yeah,
of luck.
And that floating island serves as a beacon of light for every single person that is in containers, that is in Rock Hill, that's trying to get into the zone right now. Because not only are you able to kind of like float and get a better position, but you could then play and use that floating island. You could use that whirlwind to just go ahead and get the next circle position if it plays. And it will play within the radius of being able to fly. So if somebody is patient, if somebody waits and just waits for the right opportunity for this next circle after it closes, they could get into a really good position for late game here using that. And I'd love to see how people use this floating island and its rotational, ability to make this next circle happen for them. The circle after this circle.
Here we are, Poach. The people's champion, if you will. Yeah,
a little bit of a rough game coming into late game with 400 mats, like total basically. And that's a rough situation to be in.
And again, man, there's just so many people here with 2 eliminations across the board, 1 eliminations across the board. So there is a lot of action happening. It's just spread out everywhere. There's just not key players that are racking up the eliminations right now. Everyone has some form of elimination. So everyone's actually really close to meeting that first threshold. 3 points. But Munch God, here,
battling Nice.
You talked about it, man.
Here we have all these players moving in, trying to get near this vortex, know that it's going to be something of value, basically, coming into late game here. And Destroy taking out C9 Boss not too far away. And all these players are going to have to move.
Munch getting cheeky. Time. He's like, look, I've got a little bit of time here. How about I try and just, chip away your health a little bit. The vortex is right there. I'll make rotation. Look at how many people are around this vortex. You called it out perfectly. Everyone's prepared. They're like, hey, where's the new safe zone? We're all just going to hang around this vortex. When we get the new circle, that's where we're going. It's a free rotation. It's like having a launch pad, a stationary launch pad, rather. Now, the important thing is, like you talked about, there's also a ton of other people that are like, oh, yeah, no, you go up first.
Exactly.
You go up first.
That's a point that I was just going to bring up. And basically, thinking with that, let's check out this replay first before I get into that note. Sen aspect. Oh,
all right.
Beautiful shot with the heavy, but there's going to be two types of people here. There's going to be people that take that rotation early. There's going to be people that take that rotation late with the Vortex. And I think the right decision overall is if you can take it late, especially if it's overwhelming, you'll be able to contest high ground if you can. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, look at that.
Nox takes off. Fulmer taking off. Again, just watch that top right of your mini-map right there. Look just how many people are flowing around in the Vortex, how many people are close together right now. Hysteria getting taken down. Fulmer, who just took off, eliminates Puget. Orange, we're still, maybe, I don't know how we're doing it, and now TFU just dealt it, and Ghost School smelt it. But I don't know how we're doing it, but we have 43 players still left alive in this lobby, Myth.
That's what we've been seeing. We've been seeing a lot more players making it into the late game. We talked about it before this match went underway. But now comes the time where, you know, how are these players about to play this next rotation? It's more dynamic than it's really ever been with that floating island being part of the game, and you could come up and be a part of it and say, hey, and not be a part of it, sorry, and say, hey, I'm not gonna play for that. I know a lot of you guys are gonna play for it, and I'm just gonna go and sit in the zone and chill right on the edge of it. Because the edge of it actually isn't in the Vortex anymore. You can't really get it unless you build up to it. And that's something that I think is interesting. We'll see how players decide to, you know, ship and you know, come up and figure out the way that they're gonna play this next circle, this next situation. But as you see here, we have players with 3 kills coming up. We have Zoof. Kills off Coop Train.
Oh, Coop
Gotta
Train.
be careful. All those shots just going right by his body. That is dangerous.
Probably slight panic, like, oh no.
Yeah.
Not like this. And look at this, man. You got players up top, like we talked about. They're in the zone. They've been here for a long time. They're fortified up. They're saying, come on, everybody, rotate in. Give us line of sight of you.
There you go, TFU.
And TFU
finds an elimination.
Reverse with 7 HP. That is a stink
stinker.
grenade. TFU, man, you talked about, he's just using all the tools at his disposal. He's got the long range and the silence of the air. He's got those stink bombs. He eliminated someone else with the stink bombs. He's just waiting. He's chipping them down and saying, look, here's an entire area I'm denying, and you're inside it. So you're either going to move, and I'm going to get you, or you're just going to, I'm going to deal it, and you're going to smell it. Dealt it, I'll dealt it, I'll have dealt it, and you'll have smelt it. Past tense.
Yeah.
Words.
Yeah, we're back on aspect. 3 eliminations. He's closing on somebody else. The circle is moving basically all the way across and out of Welling Woods. And it seems like it's actually on a little bit of... Oh, no, so that's the center of Welling. Sorry, not the other side. Did Vivid just hit a shot?
No, someone used the chiller. They were moving super fast. You love to see it.
You just seen a little outline of his body just
he was
across.
just zipping by, Liquid Poach, though, goes down to Nice, and Nate Hill eliminates Frizzable. Back over to Tifu, man.
Making his way, doing everything he can in his power to get into the zone. And I think that's how Tifu, I think if there's one thing that I see that's consistent is if he has the match to get to the zone early, he's gonna try to do it. He doesn't care. Because he plays that situation so well where he's in the zone and doesn't have to worry about people rotating, rotating with him, instead of rotating toward him, and then he grabs those few eliminations off, like we see him do so often. And here we go, Sen aspect. Doesn't get the kill, but does get the Chug Jug, the loot, the mats, the ammunition, everything that he needs basically to make sure that he makes it into this game. Vivid 4 eliminations, 675 medal is what he's working with now, representing Lucky Llamas.
Lucky Llama fans out there are probably really excited about this right now.
Yeah, him, TV's right behind him with 3 kills though.
Vivid just needs to keep on going, and as you see, like, look at here, Tfue has the high ground already, but it's not like he was super in the zone. He just sneaked by everybody like a ninja.
Vivid, does he get it? He does not get
Doesn't
it.
find that elimination, no, but he does fancy that loot, let me tell you.
Tfue, man, still just maintaining high ground. And again, this goes back to this play, right? He could very easily just be sitting here plinking at everything in front of him. Look at this, very methodical though. Sees one guy, goes, I can pick, this is one, I can make this pick. And he does it, falls through, and that's it. He starts rotating, maybe towards the loot. Look at me, look, see, there's someone down below. He could have shot that player. Nope, I'm just gonna go grab the only things I need. I'm out of there. Grappler, he picks it up, and now makes a cheeky rotation there in front of someone.
Definitely. And takes some damage.
Might get
This was
punished
a play
for it.
that could work out in Tfue's favor. It was a risky play, but him making it out alive definitely shows how the decision making there coming from Tfue is just so beneficial at the end of the day.
Myth, take a look. Some of these players just hanging out in the sky. Vivid's current mats, 345 metal. That's not a whole lot.
Definitely not. I could agree with you there. He's just going to get into the zone. He's going to relax. Make sure he's over some of these other players and just wait for people to come toward him. See if he can get an elimination or two and get somebody else's mats. But while we're saying that, Sword Louis is going at it in the storm, trying to make his way back in on an opponent. 3 eliminations. Somebody comes up from above, though. It's Zoof. So it seems, to my knowledge, I might be wrong here, but Zoof seems to have the high ground here. He's pretty healthy on HP. He isn't the greatest on AR ammo, but
16.
He does maintain high ground. Mats aren't looking too well, but we could see something come out of Zoof here. We could see him come up big if he gets in the elimination that he needs. If somebody tries to contest him and he shuts them down with that double barrel. This is where the match gets a little bit more interesting. The stakes are brought up a little bit more when there's very few things you got to work with and you just got to make something happen. Vivid gets taken out by EU Maze.
No, Vivid eliminates Maze. Yep.
Pardon.
Wait. B-Sox
so that's Vivid, 5 eliminations.
5.
And there's 14 people left. We're going to see a Porta-Fortress get taken down, which means one of two things. Somebody wanted a high ground take or somebody was under pressure.
Tfue's still here. Vivid is still alive as well. Mista, B-Sox. So quiet. Cloak is even still alive here.
Zoof was lost in the storm. It's no good. He's trying to find his way.
We could very well potentially see another big bonus here.
We could. Vivid is the person to do it. I mean, he has 200 HP coming into the circle. There's only one other player with that amount of HP that could contest him potentially. So Vivid just makes things happen, forces his aggression on everybody else. If he plays for that type of aggression, we could see something huge come out of Vivid here. He could activate it. 9 people left. 6. Other than Vivid, 6 eliminations. It's gonna happen.
We could see, can you imagine?
I can feel it.
Can you imagine? Nox though. Okay.
Out Tfue.
He took down Tfue. Okay.
6 eliminations.
This is really good news for Liquid specifically rather. Okay, we got 9 players left. Vivid can make this happen. Look at his 1,000 small bullets, 6 minis. He's got the half shield.
He just needs to let people have it at this point. And I think, listen, if there's somebody that I think that could get 2 eliminations during the circle with the amount of mats that they have, I think it's Vivid. And he makes it happen. Finds one, finds the double barrel. Will he pick it up?
Ladies and gentlemen, if Liquid finds Vivid finds another elimination, that activates big bonus.
Picking up the double barrel, waiting for his opponents to come down. Might spray them down beforehand.
He drops everything. He's
time for Vivid to make it happen. He knows they're right above him. He hears them breaking. He hears them coming at him.
He's just gonna go for this, man.
Yeah, just take very little, little amount of damage as you can as people with bandages, then go for the pickaxe. He takes him out. That's 7.
No, he was lost to the storm.
Yep. Oh no. Wait, what?
He was lost to the storm.
Really?
Vivid Vivid
didn't get the elimination.
Yes, Vivid clipped him, but it wasn't enough. And then,
yeah, that's... So when you think about it with the double barrel, the Nox picking up the W with a beautiful T-pose.
I like that he looked away on the right side. Like, don't look at me.
But yeah, with the damage that the double barrel does, right? In the Storm, you pop a shot, you get a lot of damage on that opponent. But yeah, the Storm takes for 10. That's tough.
Wasn't enough.
Yeah, sadly. But
You got to think, too, he probably, like, hit him for, like, a ton of damage. He was like,
No doubt.
oh, yeah, I'm going to get it. And then it's just like he's eliminating it. And then you kind of saw him stop there for a moment. He was like, ugh. He comes so close. He could have been the second player to receive a big bonus. But the Storm said, I am the second best player in the lobby. That elimination is mine. Let's take a look at the highlights coming out of this last game. My goodness. Amit, correct me if I'm wrong. This was game number 4.
Yes.
That means we have 2 games left to go.
Yeah, the final matches. The last matches of this Fortnite Fall Skirmish weekend.
This is only week number 4, Myth. We got 2 games left to go, but my goodness, this match was super fun to watch and commentate. You know, you had people like Zuther popping off the entire time. Obviously, Vivid, Tifu as well. Just some really big names that made it super far.
Best snipe by
just Nibs. Come on, man. Let's see that. I want more of that. And also,
dude, the snipes this game.
They're just, are these just all snipes?
Yes. Yes, production.
There it is. Let's go. But again, man, in this, going back to Tifu for just a moment, again, utilizing all the tools at his disposal. This is something you touched on. Just knowing what tools you have available to you and maximizing their efficiency.
Yeah, and then at the same time, not getting tunneled by your tools or the rotation, but being in control of both, taking advantage of both, and just moving forward with both of them and using them both to their potential. I think that's what Tifu has going for him. He knows what he has, what are the limits, and he always has his eye on the map. Map awareness, high, and he knows what he could take and what he can't.
That's right, man. Very skilled player there coming out of Tifu. I mean, again, I kind of talked about it a little bit, but he's just constantly calculating. No, he's always kind of going, okay, what do I need to do? Should I take this? This doesn't seem favorable. It's almost like have you ever thought about, like, when you play a game, you're like, that feels like I have like a 5% chance kind of thing. You're like, nah, I don't want to do that. That's Tifu all the time. He's like, what are the percentages?
And
Running the numbers?
I think the crazy thing is that when you're looking at Tifu's gameplay, there is, like, it's a decision, and he makes it happen, and he just does it. He figures it out. He figures out what he wants to do, and then just plays it up. And that's what I think is a strength between really good players like Poach, Tifu, Vivid, is that they have a plan and they commit to that plan and they execute, and that is huge.
And that also plays into their confidence, right? Like you talked about, these 3 players, Vivid, Poach, and Tifu, once they make these decisions, there is no second guessing, like, was this the right play? No, they just go full send, and they're like, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to play this out, whatever happens. Doesn't matter, but this is my decision. I'm going in. And it lends itself to some pretty incredible gameplay. But, Myth, before we go to break, we have standings. Let's see where players are at after game number 4 on the day. Tifu, look at this. He's just climbing up the ranks. I mean, Rift Raiders are probably very excited about this. 12 points for him. Aspect, Liquid, Vivid, and Poach right behind him, though. Now, there is kind of a point disparity between second and first place, right, in the 4 points. But again, that's just one stellar game. Then any of these guys could jump up. And obviously, don't forget, it's only top 20 that place in the money, so we'll hop over. Hogman, currently in 20th place, nudges out Amaze. Even the likes of Salt, Baldy, and Miss Dung. So there's quite a few. Even the likes of Cloak are not that far from placing. Still have 2 games left to go, man. This is still anyone's game. It takes one stellar game, one big bonus activation, even getting up, let's say, 10 eliminations in a single game. That could be 9 points that hit the board, and you're right behind Tifu suddenly.
No doubt.
Any, oh, actually, we've got a replay coming up. Let's take a look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Check this out. So this is that moment. Watch Vivid's play. One shot, misses the second. Ranger goes down, and then Vivid is just like, oh. He probably...
Yeah, it was done at that point.
Yeah.
There's nothing he could have done.
And you could tell for like one glimpse, he was moving. He was like, got it. And then he kind of watched the kill feed and was like, Okay. It was, darn you, Storm. You're so strong.
Yeah.
My goodness. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to use that hashtag. We love hearing what you have to say. We hope you've been enjoying all the action. Let us know what you think of the big bonus format. What would you like to see done differently? And obviously, let's talk about Myth. He's provided so much insight coming into these games. It's been super fun casting with you, man. But any final word before we take a break?
Not really.
There you go.
I'm ready for a break. Let's go.
Ready for a break. Let's go.
Hopefully, well, actually, before, I want to see big bonus these next 2 games.
That's it.
That's it.
Big bonus. That is what we leave it on. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 5. See you soon.